Oh my gosh. Speaking of Canadian stereotypes, so I don't travel too often, but the last time I went on a trip, it was overseas. I went to Europe, and I had what was I gonna say? What's the word where you like are in you're stopping in another airport and you have to wait a bit and then catch another plane? Fuck, what's the word again? Oh my god, it's totally evading me. Layover. Yes. Yes, that's the word. Okay. I had a layover in London. I had a medical emergency while I was there. And so they had like a protocol where they basically because I was alone, they would have someone with me at all times. Basically while I was making my way through the airport and even onto the plane and at the other airport that I was getting off at. Like I was never alone. I always had like some type of staff member with me, which was very, very nice of them. While I was waiting to get on my plane, the staff member that was with me is a very, very sweet young man that I guess maybe didn't know too much about Canada. And so he was really, really interested. And he was asking me questions. Except, what was it? The one that really stuck out to me was he asked me who was looking after my polar bear while I was away. He was genuinely concerned. He's like, "So is it like your family? Like, do you have a friend?" And I was like, "My polar bear? What?" And he's like, "Well, the Canadians they own polar bears." And I was like, obviously I didn't say this, but I was like, I understand you're not. I understand, like, you live in London and you work in an airport, though. Have you never had a conversation with a Canadian before? um, I thought it was really cute. I thought it was really cute. And so I explained to him that no, I do not unfortunately own a polar bear. But I also explained to him, because this is a very common myth that it's not like completely necessary to drive home because chances are if you're in Canada, you're probably not going to run into a polar bear. But if you do, it is important to know that we have sort of a bit of a saying here when it comes to bears. I don't remember it exactly off the top of my head, so I'm definitely paraphrasing here, but when it comes to bears, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight. So basically that means if you run into a black bear, you're supposed to fight back, make yourself really big and really scary, really loud, so you can scare it off. You don't try to run or climb a tree. It's not gonna work. They can climb trees, and they can run faster than you. When it comes to brown bears or grizzly bears, you can't run. You can climb a tree, but it's either gonna sit there and wait, or it could just knock down the tree because it's so strong. The best thing to do is play dead. So lie down, play dead. With a polar bear, if you see a polar bear and it sees you, you're fucked. You're done. Say goodnight. You pray to whatever god you believe in, because you're about to meet them. Polar bears are very vicious and territorial. And they are not friendly whatsoever. Not in the slightest. They are extremely aggressive. You never, ever, ever want to cross paths with a polar bear, let alone own one as a pet. It would be kind of cool, though, if we could just domesticate them, but, you can't. And you shouldn't. So yeah, I explained that to him. He was mortified. Another thing he asked me about was, he asked to see a picture of my igloo. And I was like, oh god, my sweet summer child, you're getting a whole masterclass on Canadians right now. So I explained to him, no, I do not live in an igloo. And I was like, granted, we do technically still have igloos in the north, but they're not used as homes. They're usually just like, like I basically explained to him, I was like, I'm not super knowledgeable, but I know like indigenous communities, like they don't live in igloos, but they might have igloos for whatever reason, like for fishing or something. I don't know. And he looked at me. He's like, "What does that mean? What's indigenous?" I was like, "Oh, here we go." And then in that moment, it kind of hit me. I was standing in front of a British man, about to explain to him what indigenous means. What does indigenous mean? The most British question of all time. Yeah. Yeah, it was quite interesting. I thought it was very, very, very cute. That like he didn't know anything about Canadian. But he was very sweet and very like super eager to learn. Which I thought was really nice. So yeah, I gave him a little bit of a history lesson there. We don't need to maybe go too deep into it, but he learned a lot that day.